name's Dana Amadei and I'm reporting from Positive TV. I was here in Westminster 3 days ago at Central Hall reporting on the Global Peace Index and the results for 2009, an index that was set up by one man that measures peace around the world. We were out and about talking to the public about peace where I literally stumbled upon Tim Martin. Tim is a British aid worker who is currently on the 19th day of his hunger strike. And I was very shocked to find him here and to try and understand why he's on a hunger strike. He's on a hunger strike because he wants to bring urgent attention to the needs of those that are suffering in Sri Lanka right now, who've suffered from atrocities, suffered from some terrible humanitarian horrors, and we're trying to bring attention to that. He would like Barack Obama to acknowledge what's happening in Sri Lanka and get urgent medical attention there and surveillance to understand what actually the situation in Sri Lanka is, where I believe there's been no press being allowed there for some time. Since the last 3 days, Barack Obama has actually spoken in Cairo to the Muslim nation, and I'm going to quote that: "It is a peaceful world we seek, but we can only achieve it together." So I'm reaching out to you, Barack Obama, to try and address the situation in Sri Lanka and acknowledge that it's happening, and to try and take some action as an international community to help those suffering, and to also help Tim Martin here on his 19th day of his hunger strike.
My name is Tim Martin. I'm a former humanitarian aid worker. I've lived in Sri Lanka where the conflict is taking place during the good times of peace and also the bad times of war. I'm now on day 19 of my hunger strike. I'm here outside the Houses of Parliament in the UK. I'm appealing to Barack Obama to try to help the people in desperate need. Even though the war has now finished, there are hundreds of thousands of people being held in concentration camps. Every day, a large number of young girls and even boys are being raped. The people there, many of them malnourished. Many of them have inadequate medical supplies. Over 60% of over 250,000 people who come out of this war zone have been seriously injured. And so it's extremely important at this stage for Barack Obama and the international community to do everything in their power to help these people who have suffered so much. I'm appealing to Obama because for me, I believed in Obama. I believed that he would make the world a better place. I used to pray every night to Obama, to God, that Obama would get into power so he could help try to stop the atrocities which take place so regularly in the world. But sadly I feel that maybe he's now obviously made the same mistake, the same grave mistake that Clinton did with Rwanda. And so this is why I'm pleading with him at this stage to prove to the world that he is the man that he promised he was, the man that got him elected. I'm appealing to Barack Obama. My first request is to make sure that the satellites are affected immediately and that the monitors are on the ground. My second request to Obama is to make sure that aid agencies and the media have full access. The third request to Obama is to make sure that he does everything in his power to make sure that the medical teams have full access and can help these people that are in desperate need. My fourth request is a public investigation into Vijay Nambiar. Vijay Nambiar was a UN representative, and his brother Satish Nambiar is a paid consultant of the Sri Lankan government. This is extremely important at this stage to make sure that Obama does everything in his power to meet these requests. What I'm asking is really not much. So please, Obama, if you're out there, please do everything to help these people that have suffered so much now in desperate need.
we've had Jo Berry here today, whose father, Sir Anthony Berry, was blown up by the IRA in the Brighton bombings. She since then sought to find the person who killed her father in the Brighton bombings, and has been working on conflict resolution. So we brought her here today to talk to Tim, to try and understand his plight, what he's trying to do, and really look at conflict resolution around the world. Jo, thank you so much for coming to meet Tim today. And what sort of message could you hope to give Tim, who is actually on a hunger strike here for Sri Lanka?
I really understand his passion and his caring about this community which he has experienced, and the devastation, the trauma, the violence that they're going through, and him wanting to change that situation. And he's decided to go on hunger strike in order to change. That shows how passionate, how dedicated, how committed he is, you know. And also for me, it's a personal thing, because my father was blown up by the IRA in 1984. He was a Tory MP. I always felt that it was when the hunger strikers in Northern Ireland died, because Mrs. Thatcher didn't listen to them, then my father would have been more of a target. And I have met and listened to stories of some of those hunger strikers who have survived, feel connection with them. You know, it's just so important that we listen to everyone, that we learn to communicate and hear the people who are suffering, who are oppressed, you know, who need to be heard. You know, and right now there are people who aren't being heard, you know, and we really all need to listen. I'm so moved by you and your battle and what you're striving for, and also aware, as you say, of the cost of what you're doing physically and emotionally. And I'm wondering, what do you need from people right now to stop and to be able to turn your energies into a different type of peace building than this?
I mean, like I say, you know, I think, you know, we all have to move forward, and we have to, you know, press hard for peace, you know, and I think a large part of this is education, and I feel part of what I'm doing here helps educate those people. Now they can say, well, why is this aid worker who's got a good career, a good life, why is he prepared to lose his life for these people? And that helped educate in itself. I'm just appealing to Barack Obama for just the basic necessities to get the aid into these people in Sri Lanka that have now suffered so much.
Thank you. I feel really touched and moved by you. You have a beautiful heart. I can see how much you care, and I care about these people. They deserve us to care about them. They deserve to have their happiness and their freedom, and be free of all the pain and the suffering, and just, you know, hold my hand with you in support.